I'm Mira Masib, and this is how to know if your partner or ex-partner is a narcissist. I want to talk about this because I see way too many people on social media accusing each other of being a narcissist. But what is really a narcissist? Someone that only thinks about their needs? Then we're all born baby narcissists. And children do take time to develop theory of mind, that is the awareness that other people can think, feel, desire, or see things differently than us. It takes time for people to develop empathy and learn how to treat another person's needs as valid and just as important as our needs. Plenty of adults that I work with are still polishing their skills to be able to communicate their needs without demanding, accusing, or putting down someone else's need. If that was a definition, then we're all somewhat narcissistic. So what makes a narcissistic personality disorder? How do we diagnose it? And more importantly, how do we treat it? I want to start by clarifying that only a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist can make the diagnosis of a narcissistic personality disorder. And this is because there are a lot of overlapping symptoms that could better fit another mental disorder, and only a trained clinician can make the differential diagnosis. And in order for a pattern of behaviors to be categorized as a psychiatric disorder, it needs to be causing significant distress or impede their normal functioning in at least one area of life, such as work or relationships. The issue is that if things aren't functioning right, narcissists tend to blame everybody else as the problem, and therefore they're not likely to seek treatment. If they seek treatment, it's usually because of comorbid issues such as depression, anxiety, or substance use, and because a family member is asking them to attend therapy. They're so sensitive to perceived criticism that they will usually get defensive and they tend to terminate therapy. But if they do make it to therapy, this is what we use to diagnose NPD. It's a diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders, and I'll guide you through the diagnosis process. They need to exhibit this same pattern of behaviors in different contexts. They only need 5 of these 9 features to qualify for a narcissistic personality disorder. 1. They have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They exaggerate and overestimate their achievements and talents. They think they're superior and expect to be recognized as superior. They even compare themselves favorably to famous or privileged people. Because of this sense of superiority, they also tend to diminish and underestimate everybody else's contribution. 2. They are preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited power, success, brilliance, beauty. They're constantly thinking about how to become superior to others, or if they are superior to others. 3. They believe they are special and they can only be understood by other special people. Therefore, they should only associate with other special people or institutions. Their needs are beyond the understanding of regular ordinary people, and they require to only be treated by the top doctor or the top institution because that's where they belong. 4. They require excessive admiration. They ruminate over long overdue privilege or admiration. They feel surprised or even devastated when they don't get the praise that they were expecting. They are preoccupied with thoughts of how other people are perceiving them. 5. They have a sense of entitlement, unreasonable expectations for special treatment, or automatic compliance with their expectations. They expect to be given whatever they want or feel they need, no matter what it means to the other person. They get irritated when other people fail to assist, or if others assert themselves. They will act aggressively or passive-aggressively if their needs are met. 6. They lack empathy. They're not able to recognize properly the needs and feelings of other people. They have some degree of cognitive empathy. That means they can understand on a superficial level, intellectual level, how the other person feels, but they lack emotional empathy. That's why they're often oblivious on how their remarks can often hurt other people, like boasting of health in front of someone that's really sick. And if they're able to recognize someone else's needs, desires, and feelings, they're likely going to see it as a sign of weakness or vulnerability. They will show disdain to other people's sensitivities. And that's why point 7 is that they're interpersonally exploitative. It may be conscious or unwittingly, but they take advantage of others socially, emotionally, intellectually, financially, for their own purposes. They will make friends and romantic relationships if it enhances their self-esteem. 8 is they're often envious of others, or they believe others are envious of them. These are the people that will begrudge others because of their success and possessions because they feel they deserve it best. And 9, their attitude is usually arrogant, disdainful, patronizing, and excessively prideful. And as I said, there are other mental disorders such as histrionic, borderline personality disorder, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and even bipolar disorder that overlap in symptoms with this disorder. But the main difference is with bipolar disorder is that it's a very specific mood episode. And with the other disorders is why are they doing what they're doing? Is it because they're obsessed with rigidity, or their fear of being abandoned, or they're just seeking attention, or is it because they are the boss, they're superior, they know more than you do, or they're more than you in any other way? That's what makes a narcissistic personality disorder. Now let's talk about treatment. Interestingly enough, when they start getting the admiration they feel they need and they're able to sustain a long-term relationship and they achieve real success, they start functioning better in society. We can help them by promoting theory of mind, empathy, and perspective taking, relationship therapy, and help them achieve real success. Our greatest challenges with them is going to be fighting the fear for imperfection, the fluctuating confidence they feel, and their intolerance to criticism and defeat. Therefore, it's very important to focus on their strengths and resources, building tolerance to stress, disappointments, and setbacks, helping them find pragmatic solutions to their problems. In fact, the American Psychiatric Association found that professional capability with self-control, stoicism, and minimal self-disclosure were 4 traits that help people with MPD to achieve real success. Their self-esteem is usually very fragile, so we have to help them with cognitive distortions such as personalization and blaming others. They often operate with core beliefs such as other people should satisfy my needs, working on their errors of thinking as well as their environment, because truthfully an individualistic society such as the one we live in promotes and rewards narcissistic personalities. We have been trained to express ourselves in a way that communicates my needs are more important than yours, and that does not make them narcissists. We just need to work on our communication skills. But if they consistently show a pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, lack of empathy, arrogance, envy, exploitation, entitlement, and believes that they are special and will only be understood by other special people or should only be associated with special people, as well as spending time thinking about how superior they are, then I would advise to seek help, because you will need that help. Every human has needs, goals, and values, and when their needs aren't being met, they are going to talk about their needs, narcissistic personality disorder or not. So if we learn effective ways to communicate our needs, increase cooperation, as well as achieving what we want to get from this life, we can increase positive emotions and interactions, and therefore create a life worth sharing. Thank you. Don't forget to like this video or comment below your thoughts. Also, if you think this might help someone, please don't forget to share this. Thank you so much. Bye bye.